Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crystal Shadow Work. So this is my full moon collective oracle reading for our full moon in March, the Libra full moon, also known as the worm moon. So it's going to be effective in less than 24 hours here. It's going to be at 2:48 p.m. this Sunday afternoon. So that's when it's going to be completely full. So feeling it the strongest Sunday night. We do feel the full moon for a full week. 3 days before, 3 days after, of course, strongest full moon night. So this moon is all about releasing, surrendering, right, with all the full moons, but this one's about bringing us into balance with Libra. And I've been really feeling like these full moons and new moons that we've been having since we've been in Age of Aquarius have been like stronger than ever. And each, full moon falls under a different zodiac and brings in different things and different energies. So instead of doing all of my oracle reads along with each of my zodiac reads, I decided to do my oracle separate. So if you want a tarot reading, you can definitely take a look below on my channel. I did do a reading for each sign surrounding the full moon energies. So this one's going to be just strictly the oracle part of it and all the energies and messages. So I pulled out a lot of my different decks here, and I'll just kind of go through and see what I'm guided to do and what messages are coming out with this, beautiful full moon in Libra. All right, so let's get started. Of course, I'm going to start with my Queen of the Moon Oracle first here. And I'm going to just do 3 cards. What's like the heart of what's going on. It's going to be the first card here with solutions for you in the outcome of this full moon in Libra. All right, Source, ready for our 3 cards collectively for this full moon in Libra. All right. Okay, so the first card that we got out here is the Void. Now, this is like the heart of the issue at this time. And this is where it talks about surrendering and releasing, how you have to release and surrender everything to the void to kind of get like a reset and kind of start fresh. And I feel like that's really what we're doing. And that's why it's about bringing us into balance and bringing us where we truly are meant to be. Because this last new moon that we had was on March 13th. And this new moon was in the sign of Pisces, okay? And it was all about what was near and dear to our heart, our passions, our dreams. All of that was really being amplified for us to really take a look at ourselves and what we really desire. And whether we realize it or not, what we were doing around the new moon, we were planting those seeds and starting to set intentions on what we want. See, the Age of Aquarius is about bringing us into alignment with our divine life paths, bringing us where we're always supposed to be. And so it takes a lot of releasing and surrendering and to let go of that outdated thinking, to let go of all of the blockages and the things that have kind of been trapping us, all right? Because, we're all starting to waken up more spiritually and starting to realize how powerful we are. So we're starting to be more enlightened, starting to realize our power, and that our thoughts do create a reality and to raise our vibration and all those things. We're all starting to awaken to that if we have not been already. So it's really big time about surrendering and releasing, for the scales to be balanced, for us to, be rerouted, is what I keep getting messages about, that we're constantly getting rerouted to where we're meant to be. All of these things serve their purposes, and it's like if we've been stuck in places where we've been for a long time, then it's like breaking us free from that. And it's like justice getting called, I feel, for a lot of us. Like these false foundations are coming down for us to be able to rebuild where we're supposed to be. All right, so you guys got the unexpected came out, the blue moon energy here. So this card talks about expect the unexpected, literally just that. I mean, this can talk about an unexpected arrival of somebody from the past, It can be for some. But it can also talk about like just something unexpected is going to happen. And I feel it's going to lead you guys on the path to where you're supposed to be. And it's going to make sense. You're going to know, you're going to feel it with your intuition, your higher self. It's like, it's just going to guide you like, yep, this is what I'm supposed to do, or this is where I'm supposed to go. Like, you're just going to get that feeling along with it. So that is the solution to what is going on with this full moon in Libra here. And that could be what's bringing in balance for you guys. Especially like if you've had like, you've been trapped like in this unfairness, you know, I'm seeing in a lot of the zodiac readings that justice is coming out and judgment and the wheel and fated things are just coming together for so many signs at this time. And I feel like this unexpected is going to be like, it's going to be in a great way. Like, don't think that it's like an unexpected, like, oh no, I didn't ever want to see that person again. Like, I feel like it's a very powerful, like, unexpected blessing coming with this Libra full moon about bringing this into balance. And it's going to be just very powerful. And you're going to know that, like, it's a reward. So it's like, say you've been, like, in a situation where there's one-sided love, unrequited love, and all of that, and you surrender and release and let go of all of that, and let go of all of that codependency or whatever was trapping you there. You release it and surrender it to the void. Like, your justice is going to be coming in. It's going to be something so unexpected, even better than you ever could have imagined. And the conclusion card is extremes. Now, this can talk about an extreme relationship, an extreme connection with lots of passion and adventure and excitement. But it can also talk about like emotions being very, very heightened, and to not go to extremes, because things can easily get escalated and go to extremes, especially like when you're letting go of attachments and relationships, when there's a lot of feelings and things to the heart. A lot of times, like, we choose to get angry because we don't want to feel hurt and heartache. So we then turn it into a fight because we want to, you know, direct that rage somewhere and not feel hurt. So don't go to extremes. And especially like if you're trying to get out of a connection or relationship or something that's no longer working for you, just simply say, I'm sorry, we're no longer in alignment with each other, you know, we need to part our ways or whatever. And just do it as gracefully, as peacefully as you can. Things will be so much more better for you in the long run if you can do that nicely. Because to me, I never understand why so much is like brought up at the end. So many people like, well, bring up so much stuff to fight. Well, I'm breaking up with you because of this, and this. You never cared about my like, what is the point? Like, if you know that you are walking away, that it's no longer working for you, you don't need to bring up all of that heartache and hurt to yourself, or to put that anger on, you know, another person. Because even though you may want them to understand, sorry, like why you're, you know, leaving or stepping away or whatever. Sometimes people, as much as you tell them or show them, they truly will not learn until you're gone. And sometimes those are the hardest lessons, is when you lose somebody, and then it really, you know, it has to hit your heart for you to learn those lessons. And, you know, that's what karma is all about. So know that you don't have to prove your point, and don't go to extremes to try to prove your point or whatever. So, all right, guys, so those are the messages coming across with the Queen of Moon Oracle. Sorry, I don't know why I'm losing my voice here. Assessing was on the bottom. I always look at the bottom of the deck, and that's what you're not seeing. You're being called to do, and that could help you find out what this unexpected, maybe news or chance or opportunity might come to you. Is getting a higher perspective. Seeing the situation from a higher ground might help you see what is going on here. Because this talks about getting a higher perspective. Yeah, so. All right, so that was the Queen of the Moon. Let's see. I want to see what channel messages I have from you guys. So this is from my channeling oracle cards. All right, source. So this is a general collective reading for the full moon energies of Libra in March. Full moon energy for Libra Beautiful. I love this card. This is Love Never Dies. Okay. So when this card comes out, it talks about truly love never dies. And this talks about like somebody that you've lost. I know a lot of us have lost family members to COVID this past time, and me included. I would show this. I lost my dad to COVID, and he's got his wings now. I got my beautiful little picture frame. I got him here on my desk with me. But I know that he's connecting with me and helping me. And this is what Love Never Dies. We just transform. And this card comes out when a loved one is trying to connect with you, either through dreams or through messages. They love to leave messages. They can move things around on you. They love to communicate, let you know they're there with feathers and coins and things like that, are all messages from your loved ones. But sometimes you can feel them tapping on your shoulder, whispering in your ear, things like that. But love never dies. They transform into, their energies, our souls and everything, never die. These are just, we're spiritual beings living the human experience, and this is an important message to know that love never dies, and that you have a loved one that has passed away that is trying to let you know that they're there with you and that they're trying to connect with you. They have some messages that they want to share with you. They want to connect with you. And a lot of times we just have to quiet our mind and be able to hear them and get their messages, okay? All right, so I feel like they're here helping guide you too, because we gotta light the way is a message too. And that's very beautiful, because to me this is that they're trying to help guide you and help you find your way. That we do have free will here, okay? But we do have a plan. We do have a life purpose. We do have a plan. We have like a whole blueprint of our life. If you've never looked into numerology or looked into, your birth name and do a numerology reading, I highly recommend you do that. There's all sorts of free analyzers online where you can just by putting in your name, they can tell you a little bit. You're like, oh my gosh, because it is all about you. So anyways, you have this whole divine life plan set up for you, but unless you meditate and you connect with your intuition and your higher self, and you're constantly getting guided and you don't have any blockages, you're not going to remember your whole path and plan and purpose. That's why it's so important to connect with your intuition and what you're feeling, because that is where your true passions lie, and that's where you connect with the divine and get guidance, because they're always there to guide us, but you have to ask for help. Because you have free will, they cannot intervene. But when you ask the divine for guidance and for help, they will guide you. They will give you signs and messages and synchronicities. Coincidences are synchronicities. When you see something happen more than once together and you even question, wow, I just seen that again, is that a synchronicity? Yes, and it's a message. And yeah, so they're trying to help guide you and light the way for you with messages and signs. And maybe that's why, pay attention to your dreams. I'm feeling to tell you at this time that you're getting messages and guidance through your dreams to guide you on your path to where you're supposed to be. All right. I felt to jump here for now. Leap of faith is on the bottom. So you're being called to take the leap of faith. It's like you don't always see what it is what the way is. You have to trust. It's like this childhood innocence, like see him in the card here, he's running with those balloons, like, to his mind, like those balloons are powerful enough to lift him up, and the mind may, as we get older, like adults, to say like, oh, well, those balloons are never gonna lift that child up because, he weighs more than those balloons, so he's never gonna get to fly running around, with those 10, 15 balloons or whatever he has there. But, this child's not going to let what anybody has to say. He's just going to have a mindset, I'm going to fly with these balloons. Well, if he believes that enough, a huge gust of wind comes, that can sure get him pretty high in the sky. He's going to come back down, but who knows? It's like one of those things like, and that's why it's so much more fun to have that childhood innocence before anybody shuts you down. And when you're a child, that's why that's often where your passions lie. Before, because when you're a child is before you get conditioned by our world to be able to have people say that your dreams are out of reach and things like that. So if you don't know what you're passionate about, what your dreams are, what you wanted to do with your life, think about what you wanted to do when you were a child before somebody had a chance to change that for you and kind of take that away from you. And that's kind of how we get our child innocence back in the adult life, is we take the leap of faith. We go in a direction and we do something, taking a risk, not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing all of the outcomes, but just doing it, being adventurous. So that's what you're being called to do at this time. All right. So I felt ticks when those two going together there. And then the third card you guys got was the healer card. Beautiful. And this card comes out when you are a healer. You know, a lot of you, if you're drawn to these messages and you're drawn to tarot and oracle and all of that, I feel like you guys are drawn here for a reason. Normally it's because you have an interest, because you are a healer. And, you know, we all have, you know, psychic abilities. Each month, each zodiac has different heightened ones, but it's, you know, you have to work with them, you have to open them up, you have to practice and use them, and there's things you can do to help you ground yourself with crystals and things like that. But we're all spiritual beings here, and you know, and realizing that a lot of times, like, even traumatic things that happen in our life, they'll happen in your life, and then you learn from them and you get stronger, right? And then you'll run into somebody in your life that has gone through the same traumatic thing, and it'll get brought to your attention somehow. So I'm sure you all are starting to realize that that's maybe happening. You're like, oh my gosh, I went through that. And because you went through that, but they're going through it now, you then have the knowledge and the strength and courage to be able to say, you know what? I went through this. And because, you know, I went through this, I can tell you how I went through it, how it got easier, whatever, because that's what Source does. Source connects us with people and all sorts of stuff. Everybody that comes into your life comes into your life for a reason. Even if it's you're bumping into somebody at the store and you have a conversation back and forth and things like that. And it's just amazing how interconnected we all are, and how all of these things, like if you're ever being guided to help somebody or just listen to somebody, even if it's just giving them guidance or whatever it may be, like, it happens for a reason. And a lot of times just listening, there's a lot of people that are healers with their hearts, and especially if you're an empath. I'm an empath. You absorb a lot of negativity and you can flip it around. Give a lot of people healing energies and vibe just by a smile, by looking at them, by giving them time, just by being present. There's so many different ways that you can be healers, and you can naturally just have other gifts too when the healer card comes out. But it's definitely a message about being a healer and spirituality, and definitely all that. So those are the beautiful messages coming across with the full moon in Libra. I feel like a lot of us are going to start to be awakened. I know recently I've been awakened to more of my gifts. I always knew I had some. I had no idea I had so many, you know, and it took, once I started connecting with Source, for them to lead me on my way and help me find my way. So this might just be like the doors opening to a whole new world for you guys. Very beautiful. Right? All right, so yeah, that was those. Let me do my Divination of the Ancients, and then I'll do another oracle reading too with the angels and the fairies, because I won't go too long with the oracles, so I'll separate the two. All right, so Divination of the Ancients is here. All right, Source, this is for the full moon in Libra. I'm curious about the Divination of the Ancients, right? Because since we got the healer card out of here, the Divination of the Ancients Oracle, they have messages within each of the cards, but they also have cards that talk about different practices, different ways that they used abilities and all sorts of stuff. So I'm sorry, I'm having trouble to talk at this time. All right, I know I need to be getting some more rest. Let's see here, Divination of the Ancients. So different ancient practices are on the different cards. So it's curious to see maybe something from a past life. A lot of times it would be messages that come out, like if you were a healer in a certain way in a different past life, or maybe it's something you're drawn to in this life. So just kind of see how the card connects. Look, I just flipped a fortune cookie. So that's about luck. Fortuitous. Sorry. I don't know. Let's see. What's more source, more messages surrounding this full moon in Libra? I know a lot of these cards. I don't know all of them. Clouds, mystical, psychometry, sensitivity, and coins, abundance. On the bottom too, we got patience. Okay. All right. So I definitely feel like this is going to be a very abundant time for a lot of us. And that's, I feel too, like coming into balance, like lifting like the scales, like, especially if you've been struggling a lot with, I know a lot of us have been with COVID and everything. You know, just things are starting to come up, and abundance and money and all of those things are starting to come together. Fortune cookie was the first card. So this is a surprise is on its way. A big win is at your fingertips. You have the Midas touch right now. A chance meeting answers questions. Okay, like I remember, like I felt to tell you, like when you bump into people, you do for a reason and stuff. So pay attention to that. Notice synchronicity occurrences. Help is at hand. This is your lucky break. So this is a message that comes out with this. And of course, you guys know about the fortunes inside the cookies. So it's a type of divination, of course. Used over there back in the 13th and 14th centuries. So, all right. So looks like that came out. Okay, so you had coins too next to this, which was about abundance. So the message behind this card is your desires are coming to fruition. Stay positive and open to new things. No need to focus on money. You will be supplied with what you need. Be careful what you wish for. So understand the laws of attraction. Okay. And then you oh, and the money with the divination that they use, if you guys were interested, it was like when you flip a coin and you look for the heads and tails. They used that a long time ago for different ways to prepare for battle and all sorts of things, but flipping coins. So clouds, mystical. So your imagination is key. What you are experiencing is real. Practice daily meditation. You are a spiritual teacher. Okay, beautiful. Your guides are trying to tell you something important. Learn how to tune into the world of spirit. You are a natural psychic. Wow, beautiful card. See the messages? So I could just see you guys are psychic. Wow, and know that if you're being guided to this reading, you're being guided to it for a reason, right? So, especially if you guys are still here, you're definitely meant to see this reading. And if you are, please help me out. Like the video so others can see it, because I guess that helps it circulate. And definitely subscribe to my channel so you guys can get some more guidance from me. And then I'll be saved under your subscriptions, because I know it gets hard to find everybody out there online. There's so many wonderful channels. Okay, and then psychometry, sensitivity. So check in with your emotions. You could benefit from complementary healing using environmental friendly products. This is interesting. I just started, I was just with my daughter at the store. I'm like, you know what, we're going to try to get shampoo that is not have all this chemicals and all this stuff in it. Got like this winter edition. I don't know why I got it. This conditioner. I just felt I needed to say it has this extra stuff in it to like protect your hair from like wind damage, which, you know, I'm not in Minnesota anymore. I'm in Florida. I don't even know why. I just thought, I'm like, oh, let me try this. Oh my gosh. I swear. I won't disclose who it's by, but I swear I put like silicone and plastic in my hair. And oh my gosh, or two. And we were like fighting to get this stuff. So anyway, I've been trying to go like, you know, all natural and stuff, even looking at deodorants, you know, realizing all the chemicals that are in that stuff, you know, and that they do have natural deodorants and stuff. We're not putting all that chemicals and stuff, absorbing it into your body, you know, because that stuff blocks, you know, blocks your energy field to your body, blocks your spirituality, kind of like chemicals, you know, alter things. Anyway, back to the card here. So anyway, it's neat that it says use environmental friendly products instead of harsh chemicals. You may be drawn to eliminate dairy products and adopt a vegetarian or vegan diets coming across with this. Wow. So psychometry talks about work concluded holding on to a detail by a person can lead to holding on to one of their possessions. Objects have souls that retain memories, so a type of, interesting. All right, so those are the messages. Patience is on the bottom, because I always look at the bottom, right? So geomancy, I hope I'm saying this right too. I have no idea. So this says, don't give up. There's no need to rush into anything. Sorry guys, my light's like flickering too. Okay, so don't rush into anything. The universe is working in the background to bring about your desires. Keep a positive focus. All is in divine order. Maintain trust as you step through the unknown into your destiny. Wow, powerful. And this talks about, what we used? Science of the sand. The art to throw out it traveled from the Middle East. So how the sand and moved and everything was a type of messages. Interesting. I guess that's where we got the sand timers and everything from. Beautiful. All right, guys, so those are your messages. I will leave it at that. If you want to catch more of my oracle readings surrounding this full moon energy, take a look below on my channel, because I will be doing my next one with the fairies, the angels, and the energy oracle that I missed here. All right, guys, love and light to you all, and good luck with your journeys.